Welcome to We've Been Drinking MMA podcast. We are going to be talking about our locks of the fight card.
Yeah, Shevchenko, Grasso 2, main card.
The Noche.
Yeah.
My lock is Padilla, money line. And
my lock is I'm going with Padilla as well. I just like the accuracy of the guy. Yeah. I think he landed all of his punches.
His active pace, he's just going to set a pace on Nelson that, Nelson's, I don't think he's going to be able to stop. So
I think I respect what Nelson has been doing. It seems like he is getting better. Like, he had a good close fight 2 fights ago with Doo Ho Choi and everything, and Doo Ho Choi is amazing. But it's kind of like Doo Ho Choi was 3 years layoff, and Nelson got the first round he dropped him with a punch where Doo Ho Choi was not defending well, and I think that was the first round. Other than that, Doo Ho Choi did great. Padilla, man, I think his his combinations. Nelson doesn't throw with combinations, man, right? So
no, one punch.
If you want to get into a firefight with a guy who throws combinations and you don't throw combinations, and then on top of that, you don't have the distance, you don't have the combinations, you don't have the distance control, and the other guy in the firefight has the better distance control.
He controls the fight where he wants to
go. He controls it then. Right? And that's why I think this is both our locks, is that Padilla can control the fight, whereas Nelson is going to try to control it, but then his distance, he gets a little too close, and then as the rounds go on, Padilla can land more. And he's great at landing. His accuracy was amazing against DeRosa, and he sets up the punches too, whereas do you think Nelson sets up the punches very well?
I think he has a style where it's slow and it's methodical.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he's setting up his striking to get his power punch in, but
right.
It's more methodical.
Right. Like he's
tough, and he just goes forward, and he has an opening, boom.
Right.
More opportunistic type thrower.
He does kind of keep his hands up a little bit, kind of like just hands up, like not like closed-fisted, but open hand, kind of like up
by his ears, sure.
Like he definitely does some things right, but the thing is that when it's all said and done, as the rounds go on, we're expecting Nelson to slowly but surely mess up with that, in the firefight, and maybe get a little too close. Don't throw with enough purpose and just kind of throwing a 1-2. Whereas Padilla, it seems like he really measures his punches. He's throwing with a lot of purpose. When he throws, it's for a damn good reason with the setup.
Yep. It's for a purpose, for sure.
And like you said, Nelson might throw a 1-2 here and there, but is he really gauging or really setting up? Like you said, not really. He's just kind of throwing it out there, which is, he's a dangerous fighter. There's no doubt about it. And he's tough, right? He's super tough to put away.
He kind of counters sometimes, for sure.
Yeah.
There's a reason why he's in the UFC. He's 14-5. It's not like he's 10-10 or anything like that. He's a tough guy.
Yeah.
And he has good takedown defense. He's not going to get taken down too easily.
Mm-hmm.
So
for sure.
It's going to be a good fight, but Padilla is my pick because of his pace. I mean, there's nobody that sets a pace like that.
This could be a potential maybe fight of the night, right? Too.
Very much.
Because there's
this whole card could be fight of the night. You know what I mean?
Fight of the night card. The whole card is the best fight card as far as entertainment value. I have to think the matchups are fun, man. A lot of striker versus striker. If it's a grappler versus grappler, it's interesting with the Rosas fight. Holland, Della Madeleine is ridiculous. This is a ridiculous card.
Yeah.
But yeah, the lock Padilla, man, he is minus $250 to make 100. But man, Fernando Padilla, he's the guy that we're thinking is going to really, really showcase his boxing. And he's got that front kick too to keep distance. I like the way when someone does that. Dude, Strickland did the similar thing against Izzy. On Saturday, where in the third round, literally Sean was going forward and then started throwing a front kick to the stomach, front kick to the freaking leg, and he was landing more freaking leg kicks than Izzy in the fourth. I was like, how is this happening? In the fifth round, it's like, dude, he wins this easily. You were thinking oh, fifth round's gonna be a dogfight, and then Strickland just outstrikes him 60 to 10 or something. And you're
it's
what?
maybe
it's amazing.
Izzy woke up that day. He's like, I feel like garbage.
Yeah, sure.
He's like, I feel sick or something.
I think
he wasn't himself, right? He didn't seem like. Or did Strickland beat him, or do you think Izzy had something wrong?
I think it's a mixture. I think Strickland was destined to make it a much better fight than the odds maker. Yeah, I think everyone underestimated him definitely because even though Sean is slow with the pressuring, Sean inside the pocket very quick with his reflexes. He'll punch and Cannonier could never hit him in that fight, right? Yeah. It was hard for Cannonier to hit him, and Sean could have just pressed a little bit more, threw some more, and he would have won that Cannonier fight, which we even agreed to. Yeah. That he easily could have won it if he just threw a little bit more. And all of his fights since then, he just takes it on short notice. Imavov, short notice. His last fight with that one guy who was his first fight in the UFC with power puncher with the leg kicks, and Sean finished him in the second round.
Yeah.
Sean just like taking all these fights, and what's crazy is after the first round he would figure him out and finish him, or get close to finishing him in the second round. Imavov, who's a top 10 striker, and Sean was like blocking his punches while going forward. Like he'd throw a punch, the other guy Imavov would throw, and he'd throw another punch. Yeah, like block it, hit it with another punch. Like I was like, this guy's a monster. And I remember thinking that. And then the night of the fight, we both picked Izzy, and I was like, shit, what about what he did to Imavov? What about that he's taking the fights on short notice? And I was like starting to get a little bit of like,
let's not get it twisted. I thought Izzy was gonna win.
No.
I didn't think it was gonna be that much of a fight.
Yeah, but like looking at what Sean could do on short notice, I think I should have basically said, let's just stay away from it. You know what I mean? Like credit to Izzy for doing all the title defenses, but Sean is dangerous, and Sean has taken so many fights on short notice that what if he's improving more than we actually know, because these are his performance in the last year from short notice. What if he had a full camp?
Right.
So it's kind of one of those things where it was hard to gauge. I'm super happy for him because he's one of those. He's just a good dude. He's just every man.
Bring it back home to the United States.
But anyways, guys, yeah, man. Back to the lock, man. It was an exciting fight. It was amazing to see Sean win. Padilla, guys. Padilla, man. Like we said, look, listen. If you don't have the distance control, you should be throwing the combinations. Yeah. That's the problem. Nelson doesn't have the distance control or the combinations. Yeah. Padilla gets both, and that's why Padilla's minus 250. Yeah, exactly. It's toughness for Nelson. The only question mark is the leg kicks, but like we said, Padilla has a great distance control. He knows how to hop right in and out, and even if he gets kicked, he'll check him a little bit or just hop out where he won't get too much damage out of it. And we're thinking that when Padilla lands, it's going to be hurting. Yeah. Even Nelson, who's a super tough guy, Padilla hits hard. And he hits and he lands with like almost all of his punches in the combination, whereas Nelson might land one here and there. So Padilla, man, that's the lock. Lock it up, guys. Fernando Padilla for our lock of the night for for UFC Shevchenko Grasso 2.
Noche.
Appreciate it for listening, guys. Lock of the night, Padilla. Don't forget it.